evening, Zimbabwe. This is Change Radio News. Today is Monday, 24th of June, 2024. The news read by Angel. Here are the news headlines. In the news, Zimbabwe, the police will serve everyone equally and professionally, President Chamisa said. International organizations raises their voices against Honorable Timba's arrest. Demands for SADC to address the 2023 elections grows as posters call for dialogue. And now for the news in detail. President Nelson Chamisa criticized the police's handling of the recent arrest of Senator Jameson Timba and 79 youths on Africa Child Day. The youths were commemorating the day at Timba's house when the police intervened. Advocate Chamisa expressed his disapproval on his ex-handler, emphasizing that in a new Zimbabwe, the police would be expected to act with professionalism, respect for human rights, and a focus on protecting citizens. Several organizations, both local and international, have registered their disapproval of the illegal arrest of the senator and 79 youths. The leader of the welfare team, Honorable Rongai Tome, told Change Radio yesterday that many of the arrested youths are not feeling well and need medical attention. Let's hear more from her.
Senator Timba and 76 others are still in custody. Actually, we heard about 79 all in all who were arrested. Marumi Wakazi 29, and then the rest are men. One of the men was released from custody. That is Manawa Senator Timba. If I'm not doing message, I got for a bail, $100, and money to pay the bail, and he's actually out on remand, but out of custody. Right, and Senator Timba, Niramo is still in. And Swami Kopa Remand, Central Prisons, and Swami advocate for bail hearing, continuously bail hearing on Tuesday. So, yeah, very cool. And we are going back on Tuesday to go to us the way forward. We are just people, they might be given bail according to what was happening at the court until then. And we are looking forward to a bail, maybe $100 per person, and we are looking forward to. So it means we are looking at something over 3,000 in terms of bail. That is, if they pay $100 per person. Yeah, that's the status at the moment.
The call for citizens to demand SADC to address the 2023 August election dispute is growing as churches are encouraging citizens to take action. Over the weekend, Change Radio spoke to Reverend Monashe, who said that it is up to the Zimbabwean people to demand dialogue among their political leaders. Let's hear more from him.
So, I belong to Zimbabwe. We belong to Zimbabwe. That's the only country that the Lord has given us. And we can only live peacefully in Zimbabwe. And we can feel at home only in Zimbabwe. Because this is our home. This is our land. We do not know any other land except Zimbabwe to be our motherland. So we have to fight for it. We have to do everything that is possible to make sure the Zimbabwe is secured. To make sure every Zimbabwean is enjoying the resources that are very here. So this is our call. And we are saying, let's have the dialogue. Let's have the dialogue.
In the same conversation, Honorable Pashwa Sivanda said that the youth will stand up and support the church's initiative. Let's hear more from him.
I'm speaking to you in my capacity as a youth leader, in my capacity as a former member of parliament for Council constituency, to say, look, the democratic space in our country is closing at a fast pace. The civic space is closing also at a fast pace. So it's encouraging as well to hear Umfundisi, the Reverend, calling out for action in preparation, for the demonstrations and everything. Well, I want to also put it clear that, look, we support any means that is progressive in terms of liberating the masses of our people. We are in full support of that because when change comes, it doesn't look that you're a pastor, you're a politician, you're a civil servant, you're an ordinary citizen. We are all doing this fight not because we want to remain the elite or we want to be the elite, but we are fighting so that whenever there is change, it benefits everyone. And when we say everyone, we mean everyone from Blanchi to Mtare, from Chirundi to Baysbridge, everyone in the four corners of our country. So we stand very much clear in solidarity with whosoever we say, look, let's defend the freedom of our country. So as I begin, I thought I should speak about that. Otherwise, thank you very much.
In an ongoing program to review citizens' representatives in Parliament and Council, our reporter Kokelani Kame spoke to residents of Hwange Central constituency. The citizens testified that Honorable Daniel Fortune Molokele is working very hard in the constituency. Let's hear the testimonies from the residents.
I'm Ellen Zulu from Hwange constituency. I just want to thank our Honorable Molokele for what he has done for the constituents. Honorable Molokele managed to set up small-scale businesses to the residents of Hwange by empowering them to do projects that are income-generating. He has managed to unite the people of his CCC party as they were divided since its inception. Honorable Molokele is paying school fees for children that he identified who are very intelligent but cannot afford to pay school fees. He is also helping people living with albinism and less privileged in the community. Honorable Molokele helped the installation of boreholes and JoJo tanks in areas that are affected by water shortages.
Our reporter also spoke to Honorable Molokele, and this is what he had to say.
It has been a very difficult start to my second term as the MP for Hwange Central constituency, with all the confusion that has been brought by the recalls, the suspensions, and so on. Parliament has been so unstable and so confusing. I was also recently removed as the chairperson for the Portfolio Committee for Health on political grounds due to my consistent loyalty to the leadership or the visionary leadership of Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Having said that, there are some other issues that we are already addressing in the constituency. We are supporting community stakeholders, especially those promoting sustainable development from a climate and environmental point of view, where we are saying the dust, the pollution, both of the land, the trees, the rivers that we are seeing, the destruction of our land, especially by mining companies, it has to come to an end. So we're working together with civil society, with community stakeholders to challenge this extractive form of mining that is destroying our environment in Hwange and causing a lot of pollution. Also, we've been working with stakeholders to promote local employment. As some of you are aware, most of the companies in Hwange have a challenge of employing people who are not from Hwange. And so we've been working with civil society partners, community development organizations, residents association, together with councillors to make sure that there is more local employment in Hwange. Also, we've been pushing the agenda around the Victoria Falls Road. Some of you are aware that it's a very dangerous road. It has been having unnecessary accidents and unnecessary deaths because it's one of the worst roads in the country. So we've been pushing not just the Minister of Transport and Road Infrastructure, but we've been challenging government, making an outcry, especially in the public space, in the social media, to say that can the government of Zimbabwe totally repair this road? What we prefer is that the situation where they are busy putting patches and trying to cover up the potholes must come to an end. We need a completely new road. So the road needs to be taken to tender, maybe through a public-private partnership, and then we have a completely new road from Beitbridge to Bulawayo and Bulawayo through Hwange to Victoria Falls. We've also been pushing the agenda around incorporation, where we want Hwange to move from being a local board into a municipality to achieve town status with a mayor. So the problem is that we've got the historical challenge of concession areas, concessions held by Hwange Colliery Company, National Railways of Zimbabwe, and ZESA. We now have councillors from those concession areas, but the people living there are not part of the local government system. So we are pushing. A petition was recently done by the Hwange Youth Empowerment Initiative.
In a show of kindness, generosity, and centered leadership, President Chamisa's ally, Honorable Tinashe Mavaire, continues to provide food support to vulnerable families in Masvingo Central. The donations were delivered on Saturday. His program aligns with President Chamisa's vision of serving all citizens equally. Despite losing in the contested 2023 elections, Honorable Mavaire is helping the constituency more than the sitting member of the parliament. One of President Nelson Chamisa's supporters in that area testified that because of the work of President Chamisa and his team, he continues to support him. Let's hear her comment.
She's my pioneer. She's my pioneer. Kana kumashure kana mwemuti tikabva tikabatana naNelson Chamisa wedu nandati tinongovapo hoyo wasiya CCC nokuda kwana chavangu tapa Blue Movement tinongova naye mukomana tinaye mukomana hatidzokeri shure.
Meanwhile, under the Village Agenda program, which is being run by Honorable Valentine Zinumwe of Wedza South, Honorable Mazimba Moto, Honorable Mutasa, and others gathered yesterday. The purpose of this program is to support communities with agricultural projects, sports activities, and education. All 10 provinces were represented at this gathering. Let's hear part of Honorable Zinumwe's speech from yesterday.
We are represented 9 out of 10 provinces. Varipana from honorables Mutare, Masvingo, Central, East, Harare, Bulawayo, Mat South, Mat North, vari province 9. Saka sevanhu vafamba kubva kure kwesoko tikuda kuvatenda isu zvatinoita kuno kuwedza South kana vauya kuno handiti haungofambire mahara handiti saka tikuda kuvatenda mahonorables edu honorables edu abva kumativi mana ose enyika tikuda kuti vaendewo kumaconstituency avo vanotamba bhora rakaita seiri nai. Saka tikuda kuvapa zvipo zvemabhora. Saka each person ari panapa ndotanga nema-MPs ndozoti kune ma-councillors ari represented. I'll come to you. Ma-MPs ari panapa, each of you muchawana 10 mabhora enyu nai.
The Member of Parliament for Dzivarasekwa, Honorable Edwin Mushoriwa, has condemned the private voluntary organization bill, saying it is unconstitutional. This bill is a law that seeks to bar or restrict NGOs from providing free services to communities. He made these remarks last week. He continued to say that the opposition is united against this bill and encouraged the citizens to speak out against it. In criminal justice news today, Emerson Mnangagwa's associates Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu handed themselves over to the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, ZACC, for interviews. This comes after ZACC requested their presence for questioning regarding their involvement in looting millions of US dollars from the government through shadowy deals involving ZEC and a South African company Randform. There are also serious allegations of another looting scheme that involves the Presidential God Program, where they were awarded tenders to supply goods at inflated prices. However, the public has dismissed these actions, saying that ZACC has never been set up to deal with corruption, but rather to protect ZANU-PF criminals from the law. Upper respiratory illnesses are spreading in Zimbabwe this winter. Besides the common cold, there is also COVID-19. Change Radio encourages citizens to take necessary precautions to minimize the spread of these transmissible respiratory diseases, to seek medical help early so they get tested and receive appropriate treatment in a timely manner. And to end this bulletin, here are the headlines once again. In the new Zimbabwe, the police will serve everyone equally and professionally, President Chamisa said. International organizations raise their voices against the Honorable Timba's arrest. Demands for SADC to address the 2023 elections grows as posters call for dialogue.